I don't know how to answer that. I was looking.
That it was stupid to get my tattoo on my face and to...
It was a great song, and we both enjoyed singing it.
Aaron Neville is one of the greatest voices in American music, a voice praised by Beyoncé, Bob Dylan, and Linda Ronstadt. But before the Grammy Awards and the world tours, Aaron's life was a battlefield. At 16 years old, he was addicted to heroin. By 18, he was locked up in New Orleans Parish Prison. He would later survive a hurricane that destroyed everything he owned, lose his wife of 48 years, and fall into prescription drug addiction, all while the world still heard only the beauty of his voice. This isn't just a story of fame. This is a story of survival.
It was a great song, and we both enjoyed singing it, and we made it work.
Aaron Neville's voice is instantly recognizable, soft, haunting, and deeply emotional. It's a voice that sounds like prayer, like confession, like something you can't explain.
To make it look real, a lot of people was starting rumors that we had a thing going or something like that, but It wasn't nothing like that. It was just
Linda Ronstadt once called him the mightiest of archangels.
Singing on the weekend and doing manual labor during the week.
Bob Dylan described him as the most angelic singing voice coming from a man built like a tank.
I don't know how to answer that. By us looking rough, we look like normal people,
And Beyoncé even imitated his sound on the Tyra Banks show.
Stories about us being rough in our younger days and all, but I guess we had to be rough to come up in the times we were coming up,
But the truth is, Aaron Neville's voice wasn't always celebrated. For years, it was hidden behind addiction, prison, and poverty, a voice fighting its way out. Aaron Neville was born and raised in the Calliope projects of New Orleans, a place where music was everywhere. But survival was even more present. As a child, Aaron and his brother would sit on park benches and harmonize. He would walk to the movie theater or the gym and sing just to get free admission. He was a natural talent. But his childhood wasn't easy. At 12, Aaron had a traumatic incident involving matches and cigarettes. A moment that might seem small, but for Aaron, it was a sign of danger already creeping into his life. He later described that moment as prophetic, as if his life was already marked by fire. At 16, Aaron Neville began using heroin. This wasn't a story of experimentation. It was survival, a young man from the projects trying to escape pain. In his 2023 memoir, Tell It Like It Is, Aaron explained how quickly addiction took hold. He described it as a hell of a journey.
That it was stupid to get my tattoo on my face and to delve into drugs.
At 18, he was arrested for joyriding. Stealing cars was easy back then. All it took was a cigarette pack, a small piece of silver paper, and the ignition would start. That led to 6 months in New Orleans Parish Prison. But something unexpected happened behind bars. While in prison, Aaron dreamed of freedom. But he also discovered something else, his voice. In 1960, during his incarceration, he wrote his first hit song. He later said, "Every day around 3, I was dreaming of the day I'd be free." And then, 6 years later, his life changed. In 1966, Aaron Neville released Tell It Like It Is. It became a major hit and reached number 2 on the charts. Suddenly, the world heard the voice that had been trapped in pain for so long. But the addiction didn't stop. In 1963, Aaron was arrested for burglary in California. He thought it would be easy, probation, maybe a fine. But when he appeared in court, he faced a judge known for harsh sentencing. He was terrified. Aaron said he believed he would get a sentence of 1 to 14 years. He told himself, "If I run, I can't sing, so I had to take my rap." But what saved him wasn't law, it was faith. His mother brought him to a shrine dedicated to St. Jude, the patron saint of impossible causes. Aaron said his mother believed St. Jude was the only one who could save him. And later, Aaron would call St. Jude his spiritual anchor. Years later, Aaron was arrested again, this time for selling narcotics. His lawyer warned him, "Pray you don't get this, Judge." But the judge he received was Judge Edward G. Boyle, known as a hanging judge, a man who rarely showed mercy. Aaron was certain he would go to prison for years. But in a moment Aaron described as miraculous, the judge suspended the sentence and gave him probation instead. Aaron later said, "I don't know why he did it, but I believe it was a miracle." When he walked out of court, a federal marshal stopped him and said, "I don't know who you had in this courthouse, but you were in shackles 3 times, 3 judges, 3 impossible outcomes." Aaron replied, "My guardian angel must have worn him out."
Tell it like it is.
The thing that helped Aaron finally break free from heroin wasn't a rehab center. It wasn't therapy. It wasn't fame. It was a book. An elderly woman approached him and said she wanted to share a book called The Greatest Miracle by Og Mandino. The book changed his life. On the back was a message that said, "You are a miracle." Aaron said it transformed his perspective. He realized his life was worth saving. That book, combined with his faith, helped him finally get clean. In his 40s, after landing a record deal with the Neville brothers, Aaron finally became clean. But the major breakthrough came in 1984 when he became a household name. He began performing with famous artists and touring across the world. One of the most defining moments came when he met Linda Ronstadt. After the show, Aaron asked for her autograph. She responded with a powerful promise. "Love, I'll sing with you anytime, anywhere, in any key." That moment sparked a partnership that changed everything. In 1989, Aaron Neville and Linda Ronstadt recorded Don't Know Much. Aaron admitted he was terrified. He said he was so nervous he couldn't look at the audience. But the song became a massive hit. It won Aaron his first Grammy, the first of 4. And suddenly, the world wasn't just listening to his voice. They were listening to his story. Aaron Neville's talent opened doors to collaborations across genres. He toured with the Grateful Dead, a strange but powerful connection. He once recalled how the Dead warned them not to accept food or drink from strangers. But when he arrived, the crowd was like a time machine, tie-dye everywhere. He was stunned. He also admired performers like Joe Tex, the man who inspired stage moves used by legends like James Brown and Michael Jackson. Aaron described Joe Tex as a magician, someone who made the microphone feel like a living thing. In 2005, Hurricane Katrina destroyed Aaron Neville's home in New Orleans. He said he felt violated and bitter. Everything he had built was gone. But that wasn't the only tragedy. At the same time, his wife Joel, his partner since he was 16, was diagnosed with lung cancer. They had been married for 48 years. Aaron said the pain was unbearable. He prayed 24/7. He cried, and he felt like he might never be happy again. After Joel's death in 2007, Aaron fell into a new addiction, prescription pills. He used his wife's leftover medication to numb the pain. He described hitting rock bottom in a New York City basement, surrounded by junkies, praying for escape. He remembered seeing a crack in the wall shaped like a cross. He prayed to God to get him out. And slowly, he began to fight his way back. In 2008, Aaron met photographer Sarah A. Friedman. They met during a People magazine photo shoot. Aaron fell in love. 2 years later, they married. But Sarah issued an ultimatum that saved him again. "Get clean, or lose me." Aaron chose sobriety, and he has stayed clean ever since. Aaron now describes singing as medicine. He says singing heals his soul, like the Holy Ghost. In 2023, Aaron published his memoir, Tell It Like It Is. He wanted to share his story in his own words, the truth of what he lived through. He said he survived because he was still here at 82. He said he was glad he wasn't part of the 27 Club, the young stars who died too soon. Today, Aaron Neville lived quietly in the Hudson Valley. He retired from touring in 2021. He spends his days celebrating family birthdays and anniversaries on Facebook. He is a husband, father, grandfather, and survivor. Aaron Neville's story is not just about music. It's about survival. It's about faith, redemption, and the power of the human spirit. From the projects of New Orleans to prison, addiction, tragedy, and finally redemption, Aaron Neville proves that the voice of an angel can come from the deepest darkness. Because for him, singing isn't entertainment. It's medicine. It's prayer. It's survival.